Social justice has a way of taking the meaning of a word or symbol and completely swapping it with a different meaning in the cultural zeitgeist, regardless of the factual accuracy of the swap. To use an old fallback, an obvious example would be the Gamergate hashtag. We all know that Gamergate was never about misogyny or issues of representation in video games. It was about corruption within the game industry, specifically the indie developers and the enthusiast press. But because the people accused by Gamergate held all the power, Gamergate became a symbol of misogyny. It's why the Wikipedia page on Gamergate states, in its very first line, that the Gamergate controversy stemmed from a harassment campaign conducted primarily through the use of the hashtag Gamergate. This isn't true, but it's how the normies see it, due to the way social justice warriors twist meanings around and use their institutional power to make those meanings stick. This is why most memes involving social justice authoritarians reference 1984's Ministry of Truth, because both organizations peddle lies as truth as a matter of course. But it's also why SJWs hate memes and meme culture and shitposters, because the mimetic transmission of ideas is a popular form of information transfer that they can't control from the top down. The only thing they can do is compete with memes of their own, and as we all know, the left can't meme. So when 4chan discovered that the progressive answer to meme culture was to force everything that your average internet user liked to be racist or sexist, from video games and YouTubers to Pepe and Wojak, they discovered the ultimate way to make SJWs look like nutcases. Take innocuous symbols, put the word out on social media that they're actually codes used by the alt-right, and watch the radical lefties tar and feather themselves in the media trying to demonize or outright ban these symbols. After all, this is what they did with the OK hand symbol. After the mainstream media began to notice that Trump and his supporters regularly made the OK hand symbol, 4chan's poll board thought up Operation OKKK. We must flood Twitter and other social media websites with spam, claiming that the OK hand sign is a symbol of white supremacy. Make fake accounts with basic white girl names and type shit like, OMG, that's so true. Leftists have dug so deep down into their lunacy. We must force them to dig more, until the rest of society ain't going anywhere near that shit. And that's exactly what happened. From Mike Cernovich in the White House, to Brett Kavanaugh's law clerk in the background, to Overwatch League spectators in the crowd, the OK hand sign, one of the most innocuous gestures in human history, became a symbol of white supremacy. And considering the radical left's constant corruption of cultural symbology, it was very easy to manipulate them into doing it. Think about it. When the leftist ideologues see their political opponents doing something, saying something, or being something, that thing must automatically become a symbol of patriarchal oppression, aka a symbol of the everyman's resistance to their indoctrination. So, video games? A cesspool of hate because the people who play them, the gamers, disagree with their politics. YouTube? Full of alt-right personalities radicalizing their young audiences, because YouTubers almost always disagree with their politics. Pepe and Wojak and the OK hand symbol, used by their opponents, so they're symbols of hate. You could tell an SJW that the alt-right breathes air, and they'd condemn air as racist, and then hold their breath until they keeled over. Hell, they've already sworn off milk as a symbol of white power, falling for a similar 4chan operation as OKKK. What's next? How about the thumbs up sign? Sure, why the fuck not? White supremacists are using this gesture to assert their ideology through code. Be aware, stop the hate. How long until this one becomes the next thing? I mean, if everything is sexist, everything is racist, surely thumbs up is too, right? Or hell, how about the LGBT rainbow flag? Let's make that an alt-right logo as well. A separate place for every race. Respect diversity. Preserve the uniqueness of your own culture. This stuff is stupid, but it's ideologically consistent with the radical left. So the radical left has to take the bait every time. You can force them to consider any symbol, any picture, any gesture or slogan as an alt-right code for the supremacy of the white race. They'll just lap it up because ideologically they have no other choice. They'll continually cede ground in the culture war. They'll keep saying that this or that is not okay to say or do or display. And I do think that this behavior is why the normies are just getting fed up with social justice. The OK hand symbol is obviously not a white supremacist code gesture. And when the SJWs treat people who innocuously make the gesture as if they were bona fide Nazis, those people understandably get pissed off at them. The trolls are going to keep doing this, you know? They'll keep claiming that completely normal, everyday things are white supremacy in action. The SJWs will keep pushing to have those normal, everyday things banned or shunned using their many positions of influence. And the public will continue to turn on social justice because of how far up its own ass it's gone. Yeah, Blizzard, you can kick a kid doing the OK sign out of the crowd, but are you going to remove Zenyatta from Overwatch because he does the same symbol? Just like the LGBT flag as an alt-right logo op, eventually the shitposters will co-opt something the social justice establishment just cannot abandon, at least not without a lot of hardship. and we're going to be treated with another example of the left cannibalizing itself. And these memesters know exactly what they're doing too. That's why the most recent meme to take off is the clown world honk honk one. Look at this fucking Pepe. You know what this says to me? Yeah, I may be a clown, but you idiots are the ones taking my nonsense seriously. I'm the joke and you're the fucking punchline. A good way to think of it is, the side that values liberty and free speech is the wellspring of memes. It's where thought goes unbridled. It's where creativity flourishes beyond the bounds of polite society. If the authoritarian left can't meme, it's because their restrictive nature prevents them from doing so. The opposing side, the side that takes the symbology and corrupts it for its own purposes, is the camp of the authoritarian. However, their ideology blinds them in a sense. So the most skillful meme smiths are able to manipulate authoritarians into corrupting memes in such a way that they undermine their own position. I know I mentioned the authoritarian left, but this is independent of political ideology. The Nazis also took a positive symbol and made it into a negative one. And Nazi propaganda also ended up becoming a laughingstock. It's the same with social justice today. The honest truth is, I'm not going to change my behavior because the SJWs fell for a troll and now think that everyday things make me a white supremacist. I'm not one. And not playing by their rules doesn't make me one. I'm happy to troll them, though. If they're going to be stupid enough to accuse the average person of racism where none exists, then I formally declare that the symbol of feminism is secretly a symbol of white power. A white fist within the letters O and T, standing for order and truth. Go ahead. Eat each other over it.